Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Abba your bus. Salakia. Quick. Hey, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Abba your butt from the DC Church, coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemal Shabbat Shemar Kadash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, by Shem meaning in the name, recall meaning spirit, Kadash meaning holy. All right, these are the names and the powers that we give praises to so earnestly, okay? And these are the names and the power of Israel. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. So Shenya Kabak, Abba Rakaz, Claim now by and peace and blessings be upon the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, Shalom wa Barak Ma'atham. All right, now without further ado, I don't want to make this super duper long. I'm in transit. Just wanted to put this out there, just give some admonishment to Akim to weather through the storm. There's a lot of times to where we have very, very high highs, and then we have very, very low lows. And that's the, spiritual, mental, and financial roller coaster that we're going to continuously ride up until, Yahweh Shai deems, when I'll say Yahweh, whenever Yahweh wants Yahweh Shai to return for us, man. All right. Salakia. Something stuck in my throat. Salakia. But I'm gonna get right into it. This is James chapter 1 verse 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when thou fall into diverse temptation." All right. Now, the thing is, when you have to understand the concept of the joy. You're not gonna be yippee-ki-yay if your car breaks down on you, or if you lose a whole bunch of money, or whatever financial impact happens to you, or even spiritual things. If you get demoted in spirit, you're not going to be extremely, extremely joyous over those things happening. But what it means is take it with a contrite heart, take it with an obedient heart, take it with an understanding heart, take it with a wise heart, anything that comes unto you. Because the thing is, the Heavenly Father is building a big, big characteristic in us that will preserve us in the last days. And that characteristic is primarily faith. But furthermore, when you have the subcategories of faith, is temperance. All right, temperance is a very, very needed trait as a man for you to acquire. Being very, very self-ruled, very, very self-controlled in all aspects of your life. And not overindulging in one thing or not underindulging in one thing either. Finding the complete balance in all aspects of your life. And, it'll take a lifetime for us to figure those things out and to be able to perform those things. But through the process of us trying to find that balance in every aspect of our life, to make sure that we're furthering the gospel of Yahweh Shemal Shai, and every movement that we make, we tend to learn a lot. All right. And that's the beauty of this truth. So that's why it says, count it all joy. All right. And really what it means too is just charge it to the game. You got to understand that the Heavenly Father has control over everything. Less of him, less of you, more of him. Less of you, more of him. The scriptures even say if you draw nigh to the Heavenly Father, he will draw nigh to you. All right. Verse 3, it says, "Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." All right. And patience is a very, very God-like trait too. Is to be able to wait something out, And I know we talk a lot about kind of the same redundant message, but at the same time, this message needs to be hammered into your head so that you're able to upkeep these things. All right. And plus, the elect is not going to think it's redundant. The elect are going to take this message and remind themselves of what they need to do in order to uphold and upkeep these traits that the Heavenly Father is telling us that our trials would give us. All right. So it says, knowing this. So this is the part that you have to understand. This is why you're supposed to count it all joy. All right. Knowing this, when you have this form of knowledge in your mind, it says that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So the Lord is allowing you to obtain patience. Now I'll tell you what, patience is not something you're gonna see until probably like until your patience is tried. That's what I meant to say. Patience is not something you're going to see until your patience is tried. The reason why I say that is because your reaction to certain things happening to you is different from your primary reaction that you had when the situation first occurred. Okay? So, you know, when BS happens to us now, we just kind of take it as a grain of salt, like it is what the fuck it is. You know, you just roll with the punches, opposed to how it was before, when you were like disgruntled, extremely upset, thinking the world was about to end, whenever something didn't go in your favor, whenever something didn't favor you. All right? Being in conditions that don't favor you makes you a better person, truthfully. And that's what this is all about. And that's what the Heavenly Father is teaching us, is that we're in a condition that is completely adverse to the conditions that the Lord actually said that He wanted our forefathers to be in. And through a process of us being in these conditions, it actually makes us better people and better spiritual beings. All right? So it says, verse 4, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Okay? So the end product of the trials that the Heavenly Father puts you through is so that you can be perfect and entire and wanting nothing. All right? And what does that mean? That means that you're whole, because faith is what makes you whole. That faith have made thee whole. Did not Yahweh Shai say these words when he healed certain individuals? Go in peace, because thy faith have made thee whole. Thy faith have healed thee. Okay. And you think about it, it's such a beautiful thing, like such a inexpensive character trait will literally save you from everything that people put their money toward. It's inexpensive. There's nowhere where you can actually buy faith. You actually just have to have it. You have to obtain it. And that's the beauty in it, is that it's inobtainable to some. All right? And that one trait is going to be the trait that allows you to get saved, that allows you to be crowned, that allows you to be called one of the glorious elect. I mean, you got to really think about that, you know? And those are also things that you should ponder upon when trials happen to you, you know, about the end goal. Whenever, you know, it's just like a race. You know, you always look toward the end and you keep striving till you get to the end. And I think about it like how, you know, when I work out, when I know I'm about to get to the last couple of reps, I don't give up. It helps me push a little bit harder, you know, even though my body feels weak. And that's the take that you should take. That's the way that you should take life, essentially. All right. So verse 5, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Heavenly Father, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, it shall be given him. All right. And you got to understand, you can replace that word wisdom with Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is wisdom. All right. Yahweh Shai is the encompassment of wisdom. All right. So, if any man lack Yahweh Shai, all right, ask of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and he will give to all men liberally. All right. So, if you seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you will find Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's the beauty in it. Because when you seek wickedness, wickedness is temporal. The Heavenly Father is there forever. His help is there forever. The help from the wicked is only temporal. All right. The wicked only has the power that the Heavenly Father has given it. Okay. Verse 6, it says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. All right. So when you ask the Heavenly Father for things and the Lord doesn't give it to you, that could be potentially something that would make you waver. So you have to consider, all right, am I asking for something reasonable? Am I asking for something? Am I praying for something that is beneficial to my spiritual growth, that is beneficial to my faith in the Heavenly Father, that is beneficial toward pushing forth the gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai? You know, and even if you do happen to ask for things that aren't unlawful, but they're not technically expedient, doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad character. But it's just that, if the Lord decides to grant that to you, he decides to grant that to you. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of the things that will make you waver. All right? You ain't got no woman. You over here begging the Lord for a woman. He give you a woman and you start fucking off, to say the very least, man. All right? And you had some individuals that were in the truth, fell out the truth because of women, and now have become servants to that woman. It's ridiculous, man. You have some men that became servants to actual men that think they're women. So, nonetheless, be careful what you ask for, because the Heavenly Father will give that to you. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you always ask for the Lord for what's expedient, and what will balance you. That's something that you should ask for. If this balances me, Lord, may it be granted to me. If it doesn't, then so be it. But you have to also be open-minded enough to receive the answer to that. Okay? So, Salakia, just want to move forward a little bit. Wavering. And then it says, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind tossed. All right. It says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Heavenly Father. All right. So if any man that wavereth, okay, talking about you in and out, of the faith, or your mind is, and I say this too, if you're living a double life. Now, the thing is, of course, we understand the aspect of having to put on our Clark Kent, suit for the world, and not disclosing all of what pertains to the truth. We understand that aspect. But there's a fine line between being a one-day Israelite and having wisdom, okay? Because there's a big difference between the two. And every man should know their balance. You should know what balances you. At all times, you should be praising the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's not just a Saturday thing. It's not just a 3 videos thing. It's an everyday thing. Are my actions preceding a man that would be a servant of the Lord, of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? All right, that's a question you have to continually ask yourself. So verse 8, it says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right. So you can't be in this truth and you can't be wavering, man. You can't be in this truth and wavering. That's what I mean to say. Salakia. All right. It's either you got your full body in or your full body out, because the scriptures even say that, which I'm gonna end on this precept too. Revelations chapter, I think it's 3 verse 16. I ain't bring this out a very long time, but this is Revelations chapter 3 verse 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. See, the Lord don't play that wavering shit. If you to and fro, yeah, I'm a man of the Lord on the weekend, but then when I'm out and about, I'm a nigga, sagging my pants, overindulging, being extremely excessive, fucking brothers over, misusing the tithes and alms of men, okay, misusing the brotherhood, abusing the brotherhood. And I've heard so many stories of brothers that, or I say niggas, that abuse brothers. And I tell you what, man, a lot of times a brother, sometimes, I say this, you should have enough sense as a man to understand if you're asking for another man of way too much. All right. You can't just throw I'm a brother though. You can't do that shit, man. There's a fine line between, being a brother and being a straight nigga. Some requests just aren't, feasible. All right. You got to cast your burdens upon the Heavenly Father. nonetheless, verse 16, hey, that's the spirit. Adawan Ratazah, we are part of the Habakar Shiyasha'ala, the elected, the nation of Israel. Adawan Ratazah, man. Adawan Ratazah. Verse 16, it says, so then because thou art lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spew thee out of my mouth. All right. I will spew thee out of my mouth. All right. So because you trying to play the field or you're wavering, all right, the Heavenly Father going to spit you out. You're going to go back to the world. And that happened to a lot of men. And I pray that, this message gets to who it needs to get to. And I pray that we're not a part of that judgment. And I pray the Heavenly Father keeps the spirit on me and call Akim Ba'amathka and all the sincere brothers that's watching this video. But with that, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemiyah Shah Shemir Kakadash. Shanya Kabaga Wala Rakaza Queen Now Ba'aith wa Shalom wa Barakam Labakon Shiyasha Allah. All right, peace and blessings be upon the elected, the nation of Israel. And to you, Akim, out there, keep laboring, keep fighting, keep pushing forth the word of Yahweh Shemiyah Shai to the best of your ability and to your full potential, man. All right, the Lord has given us a mind to think. He's given us the spirit to speak. So let's do our job, man, and let's continue in the things that we know is good in the sight of Yahweh Shemiyah Shai. Shalom.